trophy is being handed over to the President of Sri Lanka Rugby, and this also signifies that this trophy is open for competition. The General Manager of Nippon Paint, Mr. Nippon will be handing over the sponsorship agreement for the season 2022-23 to the President of Sri Lanka Rugby, Mr. Rizli.
We see is even after the 2 years of COVID, when we started playing, the clubs immediately got into action. The boys were sort of keen to go out, show their culture in the game, and the competition is going to be very tight. But this year is going to be a very tough challenge.
As Nippon Paint Lanka, we have a responsibility towards local sports and young people to showcase their skills. So this is an opportunity for Nippon Paint as a sponsor and for clubs and young people to come out and play rugby.
Hello, good evening, viewers all over in the country and abroad, as we bring live pictures of the CRFC team warming up before their encounter against Navy Sports Club. It's a crucial game for both teams, especially for the CR, having lost only one game this season to Candy Sports Club, the defending champions, and of course Havelock Sports Club, who also lost to CR in the first game, lost to Police yesterday, and then they have two losses, CR one loss, and Candy remains unbeaten as we see Sri Lanka Nippon Paint Interclub Rugby 22-23, CR versus Navy live from CRF grounds. As you see this Navy team in their blue, traditional blue, doing their warm-ups and then doing their last-minute game plans. That's the CNFC, the Reds. I'm sure if they win today, they'll be number 2 in the league table. Nippon Rugby League 2022-2023. So it's all about stretching your muscles, getting stretched, and the weather condition out there is a bit gloomy, cold. As you see the Navy team, the navy blue warm-up kits. Tilendra Vijay Singer, familiar face. We'll be back after a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. It's a CR versus Navy, the Nippon League 2022-23.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Play to win the game. We'll take care of your aches and pains. Sidale Spray. Trusted for 8 decades for quick relief from all aches and pains.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුව කැන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Play to win the game. We'll take care of your aches and pains. Sidale Spray. Trusted for 8 decades for quick relief from all aches and pains.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
ආදරයේ සුව කැන්දා වර්ණ රසකී මන බඳිනා විශ්වාසේ හද බැඳුනා ජීවිතයේ රසමවනා
වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Play to win the game. We'll take care of your aches and pains. Sidale Spray. Trusted for 8 decades for quick relief from all aches and pains.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint. වසර 130ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints. තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
Hello and welcome to this live telecast brought to you courtesy of Sri Lanka Rugby as CRNFC take on Navy Sports Club at London Place. I've got SW Chang with me in the commentary box. SW, what do you expect from the two teams? And CRNFC, of course, a must-win situation if they are to stay alive in the title race.
Yeah, absolutely. Navy has had a bit of a up and down season but Sia, of course, starting off with a victory over Havelocks and then losing to Kandy. That's the only loss they had, as we see the team's been introduced to the chief guest and Navy team being introduced right now. But Sia will have to come out guns firing to keep their league title hope in their centenary year. And because they lost one, they can't afford to drop another one.
Yes, indeed. It'll be a dream centenary year if they are able to secure the title after quite a few years of a drought. Now CRNFC have built up this team in the past couple of years and now finally are pushing for the title. Both teams have been introduced to the chief guests as we are just moments away from kickoff here at London Place, and all eyes will be on this game. What sort of game can you expect from CRNFC and their coaching staff?
I'm sure Sia will play it out, open it out, as you see the CRNFC team on.
Yes, indeed. Ashan, Dalin, Kavin, Sri Kumar, Sri Vikum, Lairu, Pavitra, the front row, Gayan, Dilshan and Suiru Anthony, the two giants in the lock position. Devendra Ratnaka, Vagisha Veerasinghe and Lasindu Ishan round off the front eight. Kavindu Di Costa, Thenuka Nanakara in the half-back positions. Ruchira Ekanayaka, Gamru Chethi and Zubair Dore are the back trio, while Manilka Ruberu and the former Navy Sports Club player Chadura Seneviratne lines up in the centres. Quite a formidable lineup here by CRNFC. They have managed to put together. And for Navy Sports Club, Charit Silva, Pulasti Dasanayaka and Deshan Vimukti are the front row. D. Seneviratne and Niroshan Pereira are the lock forwards, while Gihan Pereira, former Josephian, Adisha Veerasinghe, former Isipatana player, and Janit Laksara will round off the front eight. Harsha Maduranga will be partnered up with Dinesh De Silva in the 9 and 10 role, while Mushin Falil, the ever-present Mushin Falil, will partner with Lairu Herat in the centres. Thilina Veerasinghe, of course, coming in to the wing, moved from his customary fullback position as Samuel Madhuwanta returns this season and will partner with Tanuja Malimbada. So two formidable lineups going head to head here at CRNFC, and we are moments away from kickoff as it'll be Dinesh De Silva to kick things off and SW. If we go back to your comment, what could we expect?
I think CR will go out wide because their three-quarter line is very strong. But having said that, Navy always defends on the outside. They all the forces teams, I noticed that they defend on the outside. As you see the kickoff by Navy.
Yes, indeed. Dinesh De Silva kicking things off. High hanging restart. Not collected cleanly, and the first mistake by CRNFC. Not what they would have been looking for through a start, but a good kickoff by Dinesh De Silva and well contested. And now Navy Sports Club with an early opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Pressure on to the Reds, and if Navy maintains that kind of pressure, any side, it doesn't matter who you are, he's going to crack. But it's a beautiful hanging kick, well contested, and just unfortunately missing it off from him.
Yes, indeed. That was the number 6 for CRNFC, Ratnayaka, Devinder Ratnayaka. Now, Harsha Madhuranga to feed this scrum, the first of the day. Good pressure coming in by CRNFC, but Navy Sports Club somehow managing to hold on as the short ball from Mushin Falil to Lairu Herat is taken into contact. Here goes Navy Sports Club holding on to possession. Some good power play coming in by Navy Sports Club. Continuing on the short side is Harsha Madhuranga, but this time tries to pop things back into the on-rushing attacker. Harsha Madhuranga gives it to Dinesh De Silva. He picks out another forward as now Charit Silva takes the ball into contact. Good contest and good defense. Lovely cutout pass there by Dinesh De Silva, but unfortunately the quick offload by Mushin Falil was knocked on. The referee calling a stop to things, not too sure why. Says calls the time is off. And going about to have an early chat. Gihan Yatavara, of course, is the man in charge. He'll be assisted by Isuru Pereira on the far side and Ajit Kumara having a chat with him right now.
Interestingly, it's a call on the AR on a foul play, obviously saying that it's high tackle. But I wonder why he stopped play. He should have continued play, and the next stoppage he should have come back and found out, because anything would have happened. That's my view. I'm not so sure whether things have changed to bring it stop play immediately when you see a AR flag out.
Yes, indeed. Well, not too sure whether there was an error by Navy Sports Club, but having said that, early penalty for Navy Sports Club, and they opt for the touchline as we see the replay. Dinesh De Silva getting a lovely pass to Mushin Falil, and Mushin Falil's pop to the number 19 Dilshan Jaya, unfortunately just he could not hang on to. Dinesh De Silva, of course, known for his lovely hands ever since playing for St. Joseph's College, coming through the ranks at Navy Sports Club. Now the line out, a good line out, the first line out caught by Adisha Veeratunga, and the maul is set up in favour of Navy Sports Club, brought down. However, Navy Sports Club still with possession, keeping it up close in, and going in hard and low is the CRNFC defenders. Kayan Dilshan was the man on that occasion. Still, Navy Sports Club making meter by meter, inch by inch, making their way forward. Now Harsha Madhuranga gives in a short ball. Not the best of tackles. Looks like the referee is playing an advantage. Not too visible on the screen, the referee, but Navy Sports Club sends it out, continues to keep it close with the forwards. Now Harsha Madhuranga. Dinesh De Silva shows, but fortunately a bit of a knock on there by Mushin Falil. But the referee goes back for the penalty advantage. Taken quickly. Harsha Madhuranga dives through, and that's the first try. Navy Sports Club strikes and draws the first blood here at London Place. CRNFC caught off guard and concede the first try.
Beautiful forwards play before that. Look at the quick tap. He takes a quick tap. Caught CR napping, and they were not focused on that. They were caught napping indeed, and it was quickly taken. Good play by the halfback Harsha Mathuranga for Navy Sports Club. With 2 points to come, it's 5 points, opening the scoring for Navy.
Yes, indeed. Ashan Darling and Kavin Srivikum caught off guard. Now it'll be Samuel Madhuanta with his trusted right boot lining things up. The first conversion of the day. Samuel Madhuanta well pushes it wide to the right. However, Navy Sports Club leading 5 points to nil. Collector's item, you would say, SW.
Very unusual by the ever reliable place kicker. But Navy has a luxury of another place kicker, Tilina Veerasinghe, also Vijay Singh?
Tilina Veerasinghe.
He's also a very good kicker. But the crucial 2 points missed by Navy.
Yes, indeed. Every point will be crucial as Chatura Seneviratna lines up the restart for CRNFC. A good high hanging restart by Chatura Seneviratna. Made a hash out of by the forwards for Navy Sports Club, but thankfully Samuel Madhuanta secures things up. Safe as a house at the back. Now Dinesh De Silva puts his boot through but isn't able to find touch. Lasindu Ishan gives it out to Chatura. He brings out his trusted right foot and looks like he pins the Navy defenders inside their own half. Is it a 50-22? Yes, indeed it is. And what a kick by Chatura Seneviratna. And now CRNFC are just 5 meters away from the opponent's try line with them securing their own ball.
Yeah, well read, well executed, using that new law into effect beautifully and having the throw in there. As you see, that is that motion, as is that Dore we see on the screen.
Yes, indeed, Zubair Dore.
The young lad had absolutely fantastic season so far, and also he has had a good season last year too with the CRNFC.
Indeed, some promising youngsters for CRNFC as they secure the line out. Now just more meters away as the ball is secured, and here's the first try for CRNFC. Courtesy Ashan Darlin, he goes over, makes amends for the missed tackle which conceded the first try. And now Ashan Darlin with the first try and levels things up here at London Place.
It looks so easy, so well organized. Coach Dushan Luke has done a tremendous job with this moving forward, the maul that moves forward of a line out. And this Navy will have to gather momentum and quickly get themselves organized to stop that maul, because there are going to be plenty of them coming through.
Yes, indeed. That is something we could expect throughout this day. Dushant Luke and the rolling maul. As Tenuka Nanakara, of course, lining things up from the far touchline. Navy, CRNFC, of course, have a luxury of plenty of kickers in their ranks. Tenuka Nanakara, Chatura Seneviratna, even Murshid Dure, Zubair Dure rather, is no muck with the boot. But having said that, the first kick missed by both place kickers. CRNFC draw level with the Navy Sports Club, 5 points each, with about 8 minutes or so passed on the clock.
Yeah, young Dore's father, Zubair Dore, did a yeoman service for CRNFC as a fullback and also played for the national team for many years. We used to watch him every time he joins the line. There was a certain try for the Reds.
Yes, indeed. There's a piece of history coming, a piece from the past coming in courtesy of SW Chang as Dinesh De Silva kicks a lovely restart and well collected by Adish Veeratunga. Now Dinesh De Silva gives it to his big forward as he beats the first defender. Charit Silva is brought down. Dinesh De Silva gives it out to Mushin Falil, beats a couple of men but is brought down with a good tackle by Kavin. Not going anywhere forward is Navy Sports Club with some good defense coming in. Dinesh De Silva sends it out to the line. Now a man on the outside but is knocked forward. Adisha Veeratunga. Bit of early argy-bargy coming in. Few Sri Lankan players, Sri Lankan mates clashing in opposition teams and the tempers flaring up.
What do you want, Captain? Scrum or line out? Scrum.
Heranda Harshan, of course, is the player getting the offload away on that occasion to Adisha. But Adisha failed to hang on to it. Quite a mix of youngsters in the backline for CRNFC. And some promising youngsters, of course, lining up.
Yeah, so they've done a good job in recruiting some of the good players, good young players. And I think the President Ted has done a good job securing it, because they are celebrating their 100 years of CRNFC, so they must be very keen to have their hand on the main trophy.
Yes, indeed, the first scrum for CRNFC. Ball given to Chatura Seneviratna, but the number 10, Tenuka Nanakara, looked clearly in front of the kicker, but the referee lets things go as here goes another knock on for Navy Sports Club. Pulasti Dasanayaka rather is the guilty party as tempers continue to flare. We see that replay. Good double team tackle coming in by Lairu Pavitra and Kavin Srivikum for CRNFC, and the referee having an early word.
Right?
Early chat to the skippers. Are they both captaining at the base of the scrum?
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. The referee says that there is too much going on. Keep your players intact and keep your tempers intact. As yes, indeed, SW, it is the two nines who are captaining the two teams from the base.
Well, that's a good position to command, respect command, and also lead from there. And he should be able to monitor both them teams. The captains could monitor their players' tempers from there, especially the forwards going into it. But little bit of it is always welcome because it becomes a dull game.
Yes, indeed, a game of rugby where you bash yourselves up. I'm sure tempers could flare up on and off. But the main thing is to make sure that the things are kept in check. Now, De Costa to feed in this steady scrum by CRNFC. But some good pressure coming in, and the referee's arm too coming out for CRNFC. Now with a penalty advantage. Well, doesn't use it, isn't able to use it rather. Takes a quick tap, goes Kavindu De Costa, gives it out to the centres. Manel Karuberu bounces off one, bounces off two, but is brought down finally. De Costa, Tenuka Nanayakkara. Chatura Seneviratna spots a bit of space, puts it through, and is collected by the number 14 for CRNFC, Kamunu Chetia. An offside penalty advantage coming in favour of CRNFC. Now Tenuka Nanayakkara with the advantage at his back, puts in a bit of a chip. But the referee is calling for time to be called off.
Are you happy that ground?
Having a bit of a chat with Ajit Kumar.
Back to penalty.
Asks about the grounding. Both aren't happy. And they go back for the penalty advantage as we see the replay. Looks like he unfortunately did not get enough downward pressure, as they say.
Mark here. Offside.
Tenugananakar on that occasion. And the
Standing.
offside advantage. The players go back for the penalty. Chatura Seneviratne with the kick to touch. Finds ample meters, and now CRNFC about 7 meters out from the try line.
It's interesting. He had the option of 3 points, and well, maybe that I'm a bit of a old fashioned player or coach or whatever it is. I would have gone for the 3 points first to secure the lead. But at the same time, if you look at the first try that they scored by driving the Navy forward, they would have said, okay, here comes another one.
Yes, indeed. No prizes for guessing. The maul is set and the maul is traveling forward.
It's okay.
Players
It's okay.
from the side. Or no, does the referee say? Here goes Lasindushan. Bouncing off one, bouncing off two.
Tackle.
Is finally brought down and set things up. Now, Tenugananakar spreads it out wide. Dure beats one but does not get
What do you want?
a good offload as the ball is knocked on into touch.
Just knock on.
This is what I say. You got the 3 points, come back, get a breather. You're in front. Your tail is up there because you're in front. If anybody looking at the scoreboard, Navy players looking at the scoreboard, they'll say you're 3 points down. And that's a fantastic fraud. Dore should have offloaded before, or he should have cut in a bit more in to where his support was coming. 10, 13, 9, 7. They were all coming for support. He should have cut in a bit more and linked with the support.
Indeed, he should have cut in because he was only travelling towards the touchline. But going back to your point, SW, if the try was scored, we would have been laughing it off. But having the try not been scored, I think it would have been the wiser decision. And with ample time remaining on the clock, I think the call of the hour would have been the 3 points. But now that's gone. Now an early shove there by CRNFC. And now an opportunity to get out of jail.
Yeah, because the conversion, the try conversion was missed by the kicker. And if you give him this kicking range and get the 3 points over, build in his confidence too to get the kicking right in. But each coach, each captain on the field has a different idea because they would have thought, okay, they had an easy try, easy drive. But it's not going to be easy the next time because Navy are prepared for that drive.
Yes, indeed. They did have momentum on their side, however. They should have opted for the points and extended the lead, but now that's in the past, and now Navy are out of their own half, well, rather out of their own 22, and now with an opportunity of their own. But before that, since it was a short arm penalty, CRNFC will receive the throw-in. Kavin Srikumar does not hit his target, but is brought into control by the CRNFC players. Chatura Seneviratne puts in a booming kick, high hanging, well collected by Samuel Madhuanta, safe as a house, and is set up. It's like the referee is having his arm out for an advantage. Yes, indeed. For a penalty advantage. Blows time off. Looks like it was a high tackle. The penalty, of course, did occur in the play previous to that. But with the sensitive high tackle rule, now all defenders have to be extra cautious. As we see the replay, Samuel Madhuanta was caught high. Correction, he was put down, but it looked like it was Ruchira Ekanayaka. Or Ratnayaka, or Devinder Ratnayaka, the guilty party for the high tackle.
Yeah, the new tackle law is going to be very, very interesting. How they're going to manage it is one thing. How the players are going to look at it is another thing. It will be very interesting to see how they manage it and get play on with the new tackle coming in.
Indeed, and the interpretation of each person changes as they all have a different view. But it's consistency that the players are looking for. And now, Navy Sports Club coming into their opponent's half.
It's still even, Steven.
Good line out collected by Adisha, but looks like the referee says the sack was good and in time. Navy Sports Club still with possession. Here goes Dinesh Silva, man on the outside, but unfortunately Tilina.
Play on, play on.
Looks like the ball is turned over on the floor, and now CRNFC through Kavindu Di Costa doesn't have the luxury of going full out on the. And now Samuel Madhuanta beats one, beats two, but is finally brought down by Murshid Zubair. Has he been bundled into touch? Not yet, says the referee. Harsha Madhuranga gives it out to Dinesh De Silva. He gives it out to Gihan Pereira, but the referee says that the defenders need to roll out fast.
Good to see the referee smiling on that, giving a penalty, because he's saying it's hands in the ruck, hands in the tackle city, or not rolling away.
Not rolling away, indeed, it was. So now, after that missed opportunity, looks like the momentum has changed, but did I speak too soon? As now, Gihan Pereira knocks it on into touch.
What do you want? Scrum. First knock on here.
CRNFC, of course, have the option. Looks like it was knocked on into touch. Was it?
I think it was off his body that when you touch. I think the referee is playing the line out. There was no option there. But having said that, look at the advantage that they lost by not putting the ball into touch of a penalty, because you get your throw in.
Yes, indeed, a bit too greedy, you could say, on that occasion to scrape off too much of meters.
Point!
Absolutely, yeah. And then you lose everything.
Steady.
Yes, indeed.
Steady.
And
Why steady?
all you get is a bunch of forwards who are tiring.
Just not a bunch of forwards, a cursing bunch of forwards.
Yes, indeed, as Kavindu Di Costa gives Chatura and he puts another boom in punt in. Collected yet again by Samuel Madhuanta. Gives it out to Tanu Jamal Imbada. He beats one, beats two, gets the offload away to Lairu Herat. He's brought down well, but is well secured. Now, Navy Sports Club with possession through Gihan Pereira. Beats a couple of men. Harsha Madhuranga gives it out to Mushin Falil. Runs laterally and is stripped of possession by his opposite number. Now, Kavindu Di Costa brings on some footwork. Spots that nothing's happening and puts boot to ball. Adisha Virtunga runs hard and straight. But the ball was turned over. However, illegally, says the referee, as the Navy Sports Club wins in yet another penalty.
You've got to be on your feet. It's diving on top, and Navy gets another penalty. Is it the critical distance? That's the question. Going for touch.
Samuel Madhuanta opts against the 3 points. If we can see that replay on first viewing, I thought the CR player was there or thereabout with his body weight, but the referee in the best position. Here you go. Adisha bumps off the first man. Looks like it was Suiru Anthony. Quite a 50-50 call, you could say.
Yeah, I think you were right on that.
But now, Navy Sports Club Just a couple of meters outside the opposition 22. Goes for a short line out. Wins it. Here goes Dinesh De Silva popping it short as Navy Sports Club forwards. Wraps round. Adisha Veeratunga is the man, but then loses it forward. Gayan Dilshan bounces off. Costa finds his supporting players, but no way through Lairu Herat. As now nothing happening. Kavindu Di Costa looks like he's opting for boot to ball, and boot to ball it is. Cannot go out on the full. Kicks it into the box. Well collected by Samuel Madhuanta. Good presence of mind shown there to put his knee and strike it on the floor and make it a tackle situation. Now Mushin Falil gives it out to another big forward, but yet again jumping over, says the referee.
You can't jump. You can't jump.
And as you hear him, he says you can't jump. Knocked on forward by Adisha, and well. Chatura Seneviratna gets a bit lucky there.
A lot of comedy of errors there. You know, the short tap taken so fast, and then you kick the ball, and then knocked on, and everything happening. But the good thing is everybody's smiling out there. As you see, the scores are even, Steven, right now after 23 minutes.
Yes, indeed, even Stevens, as they call it. As we see that replay, Adisha butterfingers and two former mates going in hard, and Adisha comes out on the opposite side. As we see the number one not boring in straight, but the scrum still held firm. Now here goes CRNFC. Murshid Zubair goes through the first defender, second defender. Good counter coming in by by Navy Sports Club, but Vagisha Veeratunga wins it for CRNFC. Secures things up. Now Ashan Darlin, or was that Shri Vikum? Setting things up. Now the ruck was formed, says the referee. And the Navy player put his hand in an illegal position, and now this time they opt for the 3 points.
Well, they would have been 11 by now if this goes over.
Indeed, as we see that replay, Shri Vikum was the player who went into attack, and yes, indeed, Adisha was off his feet and playing the ball, hands in the ruck.
It'd be interesting to hear the call on the referee. He says hands off. Whom is he asking to get the hands off? That's the question. Because both players had their hands on. So if you want the red hands off, you say red hands off. If you want the white, you say the white hands off.
Yes, indeed. Just a couple of extra words, and I think the communication lines will improve drastically.
I can't hear what he's calling. Did he say hands off, hands off, hands off? As you see the 3 points coming for CRFC, the flags go up and the Reds are cheering in the pavilion. So we know that 3 points off for the Reds. It's 0.5.
Chatura Seneviratna makes no mistake off the boot. So now it will be Dinesh De Silva. 26 minutes passed here at CRNFC London Place. CRNFC for the first time in the lead, 8 points to 5. Dinesh De Silva opts for pretty much the same restart. At this time, unfortunately, knocked on by Adisha Veeratunga. Looks like it's a training ground move that they have practiced time and time again And the first time around it did come off, but this time around not so pretty.
Yeah, the good point is the kickoff is one of the crucial things that you got to start winning the ball, because that's where you contest and win the ball. Because if you realize that you put the ball up in there to contest and see 50-50 ball, so why not the kickoff? So you plan your kickoff very well, and to see that you get the ball back, and then also it becomes a plus factor psychologically to your side.
Yes, indeed, and that kickoff was pinpoint accurate. Unfortunately, the man jumping ahead of Adisha would have caught him off guard, but he should be anticipating it. Now, Kavindu Di Costa clears it off the base of the scrum. Booming boot of Chatura Seneviratne. Collected by Tanuja Malimbada. Gives it off to Samuel Madhuanta, but is isolated. Plenty of red shirts around him, but well done by Samuel Madhuanta to wriggle his way forward and somehow secure things. Navy Sports Club. Now boot to ball by Dinesh De Silva. Up and under. Inside his own half. Ruchira Ekanayaka is brought down with a huge tackle. Kavindu Di Costa sets things up. Yet again, boot to ball. This time Chatura Seneviratne finds a bit of space. But this time looks like it has a bit too much on it. And they will come back to where it was kicked. Well, before coming back, they of course have the option. And that's the option that they pick.
Yeah, pretty obviously they pick the yards. And then you have the lucid put into the scrummage. So you got both with you. And it's an overcooked kick. He was actually trying for the 50-22.
I think the ball was passed back into the 50. So the 50-22 goes out of the cards, but he was trying to find some meters near the 5-meter line.
Crouch! Burn! Set! Steady! Steady!
A good steady scrum this time by both teams.
Advantage! Number 1 pop-up.
Navy Sports Club, of course, with an advantage, but a pass too hard.
Going up, number 1.
In too close. As the referee goes back for the penalty advantage. He says that the number 1 was lifting up.
Going up, number 1.
And now Samuel Madhuvan this time opts for the 3 points.
Well, 30 minutes of the clock. It's 29:44 in seconds in arc timing, and with 3 points down and with his kicking ability, why not?
Yes, indeed. Why not? Samuel Madhuvan, of course, missed a year or so of rugby with a knee injury, but it's good to see him back and well, kicking well for Navy Sports Club. He's known for his thumping kicks off the tee and offhand.
Former Antonian place kicker. Looks good. Just away from the upright. And so the scores remain 8 points to 5.
Looks like the commentator's curse struck him a bit early. But having said that, slowly finding his way in this game, finding his footing. But the scores remain 8 points to 5 in favor of CRNFC with a slender lead. 30 minutes or so passed on our clock.
Well, I don't think it's a commentator curse because he missed the easier one with the conversion.
Yes, it did, SW. And now
Bite back.
Samuel Madhuanta puts a high hanging up and under and collects it well. There you go. That's what he's capable of doing. And straight away makes amends. Harsha Madhuranga gives it out to his back line, and Dinesh De Silva throws a lovely flat cutout pass. Adisha Viratunga sets things up. Here goes Harsha. Dinesh De Silva from a standing start gives it out to his forwards as they pop the ball.
It's okay.
Here is the number 4 for Navy Sports Club, Dhananjaya Seneviratne, but the ball seems to be lost forward, and the referee goes back for the advantage in favor of CRNFC.
Knock forward.
But remember, on the whole, I think it's a little bit of untidy rugby. There is not the tackle situations that it's not been very well secured. It's very untidily and loose, I would say, because it's never a good controlled ball that comes in.
Yes, indeed, loose is the word that you could call it, and both teams are also lacking a bit of penetration. They haven't been able to penetrate the opponent's defense, and hence it's quite a low scoring game here at London Place.
Set! Steady!
It's sad because
Steady,
the condition is fantastic for some open, good rugby.
Yes, indeed, not too hot. Bit gloomy, but cool weather at London Place as Chatura Seneviratne goes back to his booming right foot. Samuel Madhuanta.
It's okay, it's okay.
Beats the first man.
Get back. Okay.
Manil Karuberu on that occasion was the defender, as the Navy player thought of popping shot but opted against it, as now Dinesh De Silva this time uses his right foot. Collected by Lasindu Karunadilaga.
Red hold! Red hold! Red hold!
He puts boot to ball. Is collected by Dinesh De Silva. Had the opportunity of going directly into touch from inside the 22, but opted against it, and wow, he collects it himself, and Dinesh De Silva continues to put boot to ball. Well, the defense is here, and so is the attack, and is that a try? Yes, indeed. What a lovely bit of play, first by Dinesh De Silva, and finds himself at the right place at the right time to finish things off.
He came out from nowhere. He came out from nowhere, absolutely from nowhere. They caught the Reds napping, I would say that, because the Reds had gone to sleep for a few seconds. Fantastic play. It was, of course, people will say all about the bounce. Look at the ball coming back to play with so many support of Navy players there, and it's all numbers. But the thing which is the frame that we missed was the kick, the collection, and the execution of the passes.
Yes, indeed. Wow, indeed it was. Well, he surely caught us off guard, Dinesh De Silva, and so did the CR players too. They were off guard, and they let the ball bounce. They did the cardinal error of letting the ball bounce, and they had to pay the price. And Dinesh De Silva, for all his hard work, finds himself dotting down in the far touch line.
Absolutely, came out from nowhere. Just a kick to the wide, and then he returns it. As you said, he had the option of putting the ball into touch. Instead of that, he kicks into no man's land, collects it, sends it inside, then gets it outside again, and then there goes the try.
Yes, indeed. Now, Thelina Veerasinghe from the far touch line gets a good thump, and wow, what a kick. Well, now Navy Sports Club are bringing their kicking boots.
Well, the question will be, Thelina, where were you all this time? The game's gone 35 minutes. Well, that's what happens, surprises. You know, another thing is Mushin Falil is a brilliant place kicker. He has not been used. You'll be surprised to hear that.
Yes, indeed, I am surprised to hear that. Been watching rugby for quite a while, but never knew that. SW, well, what a bit of information that is. I've never seen him use his boot, Mushin Falil. But now it's a Navy Sports Club with a lead of 4 points.
Well, if you meet him outside anywhere around, ask him about his boot and say that I said it because he was in my national under-19 team and he was a brilliant place kicker.
And now CRNFC looks like the Navy attackers and defense is getting under their skin, putting directly into touch. Not the best of restarts there. And all eyes on this man, Dinesh De Silva. So now, with just about 4 to 5 minutes left, of course, on our clock, Navy Sports Club are getting prime real estate to attack from center field scrum. Harsha Maduranga to feed the scrum.
Sit! Steady!
At the moment they are gaining ground and not the Seas. Nevertheless, they have 12 points. They are 4 points ahead of CRFC.
Here goes Dinesh De Silva. The lovely cutout pass, but that looked forward, and yes, indeed, the referee says his subordinate player found himself a bit in front, a bit too flat, and I think that's what aided the forward pass as we see the replay.
Yeah, he lost control of it because the defender came in and closed in very well before and pressurized him to force that pass. Instead of that, he should have taken the tackle and gone into and then had a pot there. But it's good to see the rifle passes coming in very good in this game so far.
Yes, indeed. Dinesh De Silva, of course, known for his good hands and good cutout passes. Some good defense there by Gamunu Chetty. He was the man who rushed in quickly on the face of Samuel Madhuanta. Now Kavindu Di Costa to feed the scrum. Some good pressure coming in by Navy Sports Club, but the referee says an advantage is in favour of CRNFC as Dure gives it out to Ruchira Ekanayaka. Bit of obstruction, and they go back for the penalty advantage.
I think it's about the scrum, the boring up. I think the referee needs to get it managed there because rather than just hammering on the penalties, he needs to talk to the front row and say, you know, you have gone through this before and you need to keep it. Because it's all about dangerous play that comes into play there because your neck injuries can come in.
Indeed, quite a bit of danger, quite a bit of danger there, of course, in the scrums boring up. As we see the replay, the referee should just have a quick word with the front rows, tell them that things have been going well for 35 minutes, but in the last few minutes the scrums have been lifting up. But having said that, now Shri Vikum line out is picked off, and Navy Sports Club wins a knock-on advantage.
They stole the line out there. Absolutely fantastic, stealing the line out, and then when the ball bounces in no man lands, I was thinking what the halfback, the skipper, was doing without going up to it and collecting that ball. And instead of trying to take it away from the body, he like in cricket, like facing the spinners. He should have been a bit more quicker to the ball there.
Well, Harsha Maduranga did have a word with the referee before this scrum. And the referee confirmed to him that it could be the last move.
It's okay.
And indeed it is. And that's half time here at London Place. CRNFC trailing 8 points to 12 in an absorbing first half of rugby. There were ups and downs, but Navy Sports Club claw back through a try at the dying embers through Dinesh De Silva, and they managed to secure the lead at the end of this first half.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's a scoreboard. They're leading by 4 points at London Place over Navy 12, CRFC 8, Nippon League Rugby 2022-2023, and the live coverage coming to through the SLRFU media. And it's a fantastic day. It's a gloomy day. It's nice, cold, not hot. It doesn't sap the energy off from all the players. We are, of course, inside a very cool environment.
Indeed, inside a cool AC box here. It's very easy to call the shots from here, but it's a total different ball game when you're in the center. Highlights of the first half coming up. Navy Sports Club was the first to get on the board through Harsha Maduranga, the skipper. Took a quick tap and scored an early try. After that it was Ashan Dalin, the try scorer for CRNFC, as he crashed over from the tail of the maul to level things up as both kickers missed their respective conversions. But then moments into the game, after the 20 minutes or so, it was Chatura Seneviratne who kicked 3 points, and then it was a moment of brilliance, individual brilliance you could say, by Dinesh De Silva. 2 kicks, and he found himself at the right place at the right time and was rewarded with the try, which was converted by Tilina Veerasinghe from the far touchline, and that made the score 12 points to 8 in favour of Navy Sports Club. CR trailing here at half-time. We will go in for a short commercial break and be back with the second half action on the other side.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint. වසර 102ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints. තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Play to win the game. We'll take care of your aches and pains. Siddhale Spray. Trusted for 8 decades for quick relief from all aches and pains.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint. වසර 130ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන්
Nippon Odorless Paints. තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Play to win the game. We'll take care of your aches and pains. Siddhale Spray. Trusted for 8 decades for quick relief from all aches and pains.
Hello and welcome back to second half action here at London Place. It's CRNFC Trading Navy Sports Club, 8 points to 12. As Chatura Seneviratna kicks things off, puts in a high hanging restart, well collected by Adisha Veeratunga.
Cut it back!
Taken back into the 22, says the referee, as Samuel Madhuanta does not have the opportunity to put it directly into touch. Now Chatura Seneviratna from inside his 50 meter. This time Samuel Madhuanta collects it inside the 22 and has the opportunity to put it into touch and gets plenty of meters. And looks like he has brought his team back into his opponent's 22 as I welcome back SW into the commentary box.
Absolutely fantastic kick. That was beautiful. I can say it like there was plenty of beef in that. And to gain so much of ground and to be in, put the forwards must be very happy to be up there.
Yes, indeed. The forwards must be extremely happy to be there. As now it's now their attention turns into defense for Navy Sports Club. A shortened line out by CRNFC. The line out. Well, the referee says that The gap was closed by Navy Sports Club. It's good to see the players getting plenty of information from the referee. Chatura Seneviratne asking whether the ball was inside the 22 or outside. From inside, he has the opportunity to go full out into touch. But because it's a short arm penalty, possession is turned over in favor of Navy Sports Club. As we see the reason why the short arm penalty was given. Well, I think he was given because they closed the gap, SW.
Before closing the gap, I thought some of the players went up before the ball was thrown in.
Well, yeah, that could be so. But we can also see some changes have been made by CRNFC. Ravin De Silva has come in.
Advantage.
Now, after a bit of a chip kick and losing possession, CRNFC have the opportunity with an advantage, and the referee pulls play back for the advantage.
Number 12.
Says that the opponent's number 12, well, in fact, the Navy number 12 needs to roll out in the direction of his own team and not the opponent's.
And they're going for the 3 points.
Well. Now I think it's time up for CRNFC to start accumulating. Better late than never, you could say, as Chatura Seneviratne from inside his from inside his own half. Looks like it would be about 56-57 meters on the slight angle. Well, we know what he's capable of and what a booming boot he has. But looks like it's a slap in front. Unfortunately, we can't tell you much about the angle with the angles the cameras are set. But now,
I think it was straightforward one.
Chatura Seneviratne has the distance, but unfortunately not the direction. But now they do get the return kick from the 22-meter dropout as well. So it's not too bad a miss, you could say, but well, 3 points do go begging, but they do get return lease of position.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you're 4 points down, and why not early in the second half have a go, have an attempt, and see how well you can convert it into points.
Samuel Madhuanta goes in deep, caught by Zubair Dure. He puts on some footwork, beats one, beats two. He's brought down in a good tackle by the Navy hooker, but here goes Thilina Veerasinghe. Collects, pounces on the loose ball, and now inside the opponent's half.
Roll away.
Gihan Pereira. Harsha Madhuranga gives it out to his back line. What a lovely pass there by Dinesh De Silva to Adisha. Unfortunately, the boot comes in the way, but still secured by Tanuja Malimbada. As here goes the Navy Sports Club. A couple of meters out from the 22. Here goes Harsha Madhuranga, is brought down, but he somehow managed to get the pop away to Tanuja Malimbada. Or was that Harsha Madhuranga? Well, looks like a bit of a loose arm coming in. Gihan Yatavara.
Hi. Number 2.
Going to have a word with Isuru Pereira. And
hi.
And well, in fact, he says hi and gives a yellow card to the CR hooker.
I think it's about a deliberate knock-on, which I think the call was.
I think it was high for
that's
that
a high
one.
tackle too. Right.
Yes, indeed. Collared there. Collared right royally. Kavin Sri Vikum was the guilty party. Well, in fact, beg your pardon. Yes, indeed, Lairu Pavitra it is. And now Thilina Veerasinghe with the opportunity to extend Navy's lead further.
Yeah, because there was another interesting that I thought there was a deliberate knock-on coming, but there's another offense closer to the opportunity of getting the 3 points. So the referee would have gone for that option, and also it's also dangerous play.
Yes, indeed. I think the dangerous play overrules the infringements following that. Hence, Navy Sports Club now with the man advantage. And Thilina Veerasinghe makes it 3 more points added to that. 15 points to 8 plays Navy Sports Club here at London Place as now it's a converted tries lead that Navy Sports Club has. And now the game is just getting just that tad out of reach, but still not too far with ample time remaining.
Right, hold, right!
This time, of course, Samuel Madhuanta did not get all the purchase he would have hoped for. But having said that, he has put his team about 40 or so meters away from their own try line. The replacement hooker has come into play as Ravin De Silva collects the line out.
Number 30 side.
Brings in the roll-in maul and the penalty advantage too coming in.
Number 30 side, number 30.
The referee says number 30
Advantage
coming in from the side. Well, was it number 30 or number 13? I'm not too sure. However, CRNFC now with an opportunity inside their opponent's 22.
The referee said, well, quite rightly, he pointed at Kaif on the sides, and I think that he was absolutely right. There was an entry on the side.
Looks like a shortened line out coming in for CRNFC, but they still managed to bring the roll-in maul. Adisha looks like he has wrapped himself on the ball. Well, should he have rolled away there? I'm not too sure because it was a maul. I think he could have just laid on it. But having said that, he somehow rolled away, and now here goes Manuel Karuberu. Caught by his opponent, by his opposite number rather.
Play on! High!
A high tackle advantage comes in favor of CRNFC as Kavindu Di Costa was clattered. Now goes Lasindu Ishan. Takes a couple of men to bring him down, but there was a slight knock-on the floor. But now looks like the Navy player sees yellow for continuous high tackles or continuous infringements.
Neck rolling.
So it's even, Stephen. It's 14-all on the field, on the pitch, but Navy in front by 7 points. 15 points to 8.
Indeed, Nirosh Perera is the guilty party, as now CRNFC opts. Looks like they have opted for the 3 points again, but before that, this was a replay. The tackle by Mushin Falil, and from the ensuring ruck, think that's where Kavindu Di Costa was collared by Nirosh Pereira, and hence he saw yellow. Now, Chatura Seneviratne from much closer range, but with bit of an angle. Makes no mistake this time, cuts the deficit, makes it a 4-point game as CRNFC are clawing their way back here at London Place on their home paddock. Now it's all about CRNFC just collecting the restart and clearing their lines. They don't need to put any unnecessary pressure on themselves. Dinesh De Silva, a high hanging restart. A good line run there by the supporters, ensuring that the CRNFC number 21 had a clear path to the ball. The ball is carried back and cannot go into touch directly. Samuel Madhuanta opts for a cross kick. Here goes Zubair Dure. He puts in yet another kick. Bit of kick tennis by the two teams. But neither team making any yardage. But this time Samuel Madhuanta makes a hash of it. And now it's a net gain for CRNFC as they come in just a couple of meters outside their opponent's 22.
You can't afford to make those errors, especially at the back of the line, back of the your team, especially at the 15, playing as fullback. Or is he playing as fullback? Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
It's a high-hanging kick. There was no pressure at all. You would have collected it cleanly. The only pressure came from the CR supporters standing there.
Yes, indeed. The only pressure came from the fans on the sideline. But Samuel Madhuanta made a hash of it. And now he gives a prime attacking position to CRNFC. Kavindu Di Costa. Both teams with 7-man scrums, of course. Feeds a scrum. And here goes Kavindu Di Costa. Gives it out to Tenuka. Tenuka Nanakara gives it out to Gamunu Chetia. He spins, pirouettes and gives it out to Zubair. Ruchire Kanaka puts his head down, pins his ears and runs straight into the defense. Tenuka Nanakara sets things up.
Advantage play.
But an advantage is coming in favor of CRNFC. Here goes Supun Varnakula Surya. Not the best of passes. Collected by Chatura Seneviratne as he gets an offload away. Well, what a beautiful bump off there by Manil Karuberu. Now CRNFC with momentum. Supun Varnakula Surya makes good headway. A good cutout pass coming in, and here goes Ashan Dalin just meters short. CRNFC with a prime attack in position, but some good defense coming in. Has the ball been knocked on? No, says the referee. The ball has been knocked back, but this is opportunity. Here goes Zubair. He scores and gets the lead in favor of CRNFC. Back again, CRNFC in front.
Yeah, if you see all over the thing, the urgency, the quickness, the agility to get the ball over the line, as Zubair Dure just slices through. What a tackle, they missed him. And Dure, as usual, comes with the thumbs up at the correct time, correct moment. And so they get the lead back by 1 point, the conversion to come.
Indeed, finds himself at the right place at the right time, does Zubair Dure, and scores for CRNFC. I think the momentum completely shifted from that knock-on by Samuel Madhuanta, and from the ensuring couple of facers, CRNFC make their opponents pay. Tenugananakara adds the extras. CRNFC 18 points to 15 with
number 31.
a slender lead here at London Place.
Number 31.
With a little bit over 55 minutes gone on the clock.
In. Permanent.
Well, SW quite a topsy-turvy second half, you could say. The lead turning hands.
The lead changing every bit, every minute, and then the cushion of a 7-point has gone. Now it's a cushion of 2 points to the CRFC, but they can't sleep on it as we see the kickoff being taken, and Navy has stolen it from the Reds.
Release!
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, Ravin De Silva made a hash of the kickoff. Samuel Madhuanta gives it to his big forwards, Janit Laksar. He sets things up. Harsha Madhuranga. Now, a good bit of power shown there by Lairu Herat as he bumps off a couple, runs straight through the heart of the tackle, but looks like the ball has been stripped. Yes, indeed, it has been stripped in favor of CRNFC, and off the base goes Kavindu Di Costa. Puts in a thumping kick and clears his lines. And the CRNFC faithful draw a sigh of relief.
Absolutely fine. It's just that they couldn't put that ball into over the goal line and then touch it down. A nice piece of running, slicing through, but you got to complete the job.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, he just ran away from his support, Lairu Herat, on that occasion. He just went straight through the defense, but ran away from his support.
I think at the moment, that's right. The Navy are playing one shot. Sia got 15 on the pitch.
Number 8.
As we see, some changes being made to the Reds.
Yes, Kalaniya comes in and looks like he's replacing Lasindu Karunatilaka. Shehan Kalaniya. Time was not switched back on. Now, Navy Sports Club secure the line out in not in convincing fashion but in scrappy fashion. However, they secure it. Harsha Madhuranga gives it out to Dinesh De Silva. Dinesh De Silva finds his forwards as they beat the first defender but is brought down. Some good defense coming in by CRNFC. But Gihan Perra finds himself on the floor and the referee straight away calls things to a halt because it seems to be like a bit of a head knock.
Yeah, and also it's the play is a bit too close to the injured player, quite rightly, to secure the safety of the player.
Well, on second viewing, that looks to be quite a nasty collision. Suhiru Anthony lined Gihan Perra up and went straight through him. It looks like the referee is having a bit of a chat with his AR.
Number 5.
And yes, he seems to be calling number 5. And he clearly knows what he's done, Suhiru Anthony. And he sees yellow for his troubles. And the game shifts again. The momentum shifts again.
Yeah, so now Navy's got 15 on the pitch and then Sia's got one shot.
Well, I think the Navy player is still out and he's just a couple of minutes away.
Oh, okay. He's gone to do his warm-up, not sitting on the chair. I just saw on that. My apologies on that.
Now, Navy Sports Club going to the line out. Pulasti Dasanayaka with the line out duties. Harsha Madhuranga grimacing with pain on his face. A 5-man line out. Well collected, well, not cleanly, but somehow collected by Navy Sports Club as the big number 30 tight head Deshan Vimukti runs in. Well read by Murshid Dubey, was it? Apologies for the language if you heard it.
Backwards.
But here goes Navy Sports Club with possession inside their own half. Well, the kick is charged down, and is there an opportunity for the try? Yes, indeed. Here goes Tenukanana Kara. The referee is calling a halt to the time. Well, this is the play. Samuel Madhuanta's clearing kick, cross kick was charged down. And is this the change of momentum that CR was looking for? Was the try awarded? Yes, indeed, looks like it was. Word from the control room is that it was awarded.
Too casual. Navy are losing the plot now. But the referee is having a chat with the AR.
Well, the AR was having a bit of a word, but the referee overruled it, and the try stands. Tenuganana Kara extends Navy's lead further. CR's lead further. And the scores are 23 points to 18 in favor of CR and FC. 23 points to 15, beg your pardon. As now with the conversion, 25 points to 15 is the score here at London Place.
So CRFC, the Reds are in front. It's a 10-point lead, so Navy got to score twice if they want to beat them. We got about 20 minutes on the clock, our clock.
Yes, indeed. The topsy-turvy encounter continues to give. Knocked on there by Ravin De Silva. Quite unfortunate.
Okay, the referee says not to leave him. Oh, he goes to the scrum. I thought he was going for a short arm because there was no short arm infringement there.
Yes, indeed, the referee surely caught us all off guard there.
I suppose he would have given a penalty if he felt that the leaving of the CR player on the ground like that was dangerous. It doesn't matter. Dangerous play is dangerous play for your teammate or the opponent.
Harsha Maduranga to feed the insurance scrum. CRNFC, a man light. Navy Sports Club, back to their full complement.
Set! Steady! Steady, white! White, steady!
Now the players are tiring. As the referee says the far side collapsed. And now Navy Sports Club are opting for the touchline. As now we can see the tired bodies falling.
Which is where the substitutions come in very, very handy. You need to get fresh legs in.
Cramp.
And you might have to take the best player off the field because he done his job, and that's a time where his tiredness come in. And then if somebody is not playing well, it's a time that you talk to him and get him into the groove that he performs better than what he has been performing so far. But certainly, if you are a best player who has been playing very well for so many 61 minutes, if he's starting, you need to change him.
Indeed.
Line again, one line.
It is a 23-man game and not a 15-man game. Is that's what all the international coaches say as Adisha Viradunga collects the line out. Navy Sports Club sets the maul. Janit Lakshara at the back of it. But is brought to ground by themselves, says the referee. But now there is an advantage in favor of Navy Sports Club. The visitors continuing to keep the ball up close with their forwards as they go meter by meter, yard by yard. Gian Pereira takes the ball and goes, but isn't able to make too many meters. The referee says a new advantage is coming. The reason being a block tackle. Now Navy Sports Club are just a couple of meters short of their try line as the forwards continue to make good headway. Ball is set as Navy Sports Club are just meters away from the try line.
No, release!
Short, says the referee.
Release!
As CRNFC are in dire straits. Harsha Maduranga goes searching in but leaves it to his forwards. And the forwards continue to rumble forward, making meter by meter. Tries to go over, but not possible as the CR defense continues to hold. Adisha was the man on that occasion. Yet another advantage coming in. Now Harsha Maduranga has the opportunity to go to the line, but opts against it. Forwards keep it up close. Continuing to go forward, but yet short, says the referee. But now this time the try is awarded and looks like it's Lairu Herat who comes up with the ball. Lairu Herat is the try scorer, and now the lead is cut further with the penalty, with the conversion to come. Lairu Herat was the try scorer on that occasion as he made some lovely bit of headway
Captain.
and drove his feet forward and scored for Navy Sports Club.
Number 17 block tackle mai gahan koda catch kiya. Number 17 block tackle hari man ekar tame advantage play karoga.
Off screen we can hear the referee saying that the CRNFC number 17 player needs to be more disciplined in the tackles. Tilina Veerasinghe makes no mistake from in front. Now it's back to a three-point game SW as time keeps running out, but the game continues to give.
Yeah, 15 minutes on the clock. According to our timing, it might be less, it might be more. Tilina Veerasinghe's conversion is a high-risk one, where he's taken so close to the defenders charging on, but nevertheless he's a seasoned campaigner and he's good with his boot. And imagine if he has taken the kicks earlier, the penalties that they missed, they would have had about at least another 6 points in front. Nevertheless, 25 points, 22. CR with one man short on the bin.
Right, gun. Time on, gun.
And Navy Sports Club will receive the ball of this kickoff. It's 25-22 in favor of the Reds. Absolute cardinal error once again. No pressure at all. High ball, just knocked it off and giving the Reds an opportunity to attack. How bad is this going to be?
Mark here.
Yes, indeed, dropped cold there, if you could call it. Don't see that too often by a seasoned Sri Lanka player, Adisha Veeratunga. But now, yet again, with about 14 to 15 minutes left in this game,
Pera. Daan lepa man kineka. Crouch.
Kavindu Di Costa preparing to feed the scrum.
Steady.
A 7-man scrum, of course, for CRNFC.
Bound.
Ravin De Silva stops it off at the back. Manil Karuberu gives it to Tenukana Anayakar. He gives it out to Ruchira and Ruchira gives it out to Zubair. Gamanu Chetia with the ball in the right hand. He goes over. Yes, he does. That's the 4th try of the game for CRNFC. Now 30 points plays 22. What a lovely bit of play there by CRNFC. Line worked very well and extremely smoothly does it go and goes over. Dinesh De Silva found himself isolated on the edge and unfortunately did not have the speed to come back.
Simple story and a simple 5-pointer. Absolute fantastic. Just move the ball down, and the Navy to give 100% guilty of not pressurizing and coming up, and not in any formation. There was no man-to-man come up. There was no hockey in come up, hockey stick come up. Absolutely nothing. They just let the Reds just run all over the place.
Yes, indeed. Run straight, draw the man in front and pass. That's exactly what the CRNFC attackers did, and they managed to secure space on the edge for Gamunu Chetia, and as all good wingers do, he made no mistake. Chatura Seneviratne from the far touchline puts it hopelessly wide as the scores remain 30 points to 22 in favor of CRNFC as they extend the lead yet again.
White number 11, no. White number 11.
And do secure the 4-try bonus point as well.
Absolutely, on a 4 points bonus, and they should be given another bonus for scoring one man short to get the better of the opponent with the 15 full team on. But the cardinal error of 2 kicks being not fielded properly.
Yes, indeed, and both ensuring scrums yielded tries.
Backwards.
As now, Kalaniagoda was the guilty party on that occasion who dropped the restart. So something to work on for CRNFC, their restart collections. As now, here goes the big man, Janit Laksara, is brought down in some good defense. Dinesh De Silva looks for an option, doesn't find one, decides to put boot to ball, but a thumping high tackle comes in, and what will the referee do? He blows time off.
Ball metan India. Ball metan. Captain. Poda kudate yanne.
The referee gives clear instructions to Harsha Maduranga, the captain of Navy Sports Club. Tells him that the tackle was too high and that he needs to ensure that his players bring some discipline back onto the field. Yes, and that's the replay there. The number 20 player gets clattered by his troubles. CRNFC wins the line out, but not straight, says the referee. Well, in fact, the number 20 player is the replacement scrum half for CRNFC. Viduna Amanet. He has replaced Kavindu Di Costa.
So at the moment you don't have the 2 skippers on the base of scrum. So I wonder who CI is being led by. I'm sure it must be one of the centers. So is it even, Stephen, with we all 15 on the field now?
Yes, indeed. Looks like it is, with a little bit more than 8 minutes to go on the clocks. CRNFC leading 30 points to 22. Harsha Maduranga feeds in the scrum. Collected at the base and gives it out to Dinesh De Silva. Mushin Falil cuts out the defender. Here goes Lairu Herat. Well, in fact, beg your pardon, that wasn't Lairu Herat. Dinesh De Silva drops it out short to his supporting forward. Gives it back to Dinesh De Silva. He puts a boot to ball. Spots a bit of space. Zubair trips over but finds Gamunu Chetia. He puts on some footwork and gives out a lovely pass to Kalindu Nandila. Kalindu Nandila is brought down but somehow holds on.
Release!
In the number 14 jersey is Gamunu Chetia. Now a lovely bit of a chip comes in as a bit of ping pong. Here goes Isuru Kohongawat. Takes a quick tap with a man on his shoulder. Tries a bit of a fancy pass but is collected. Looks like that was Harsha Maduranga who got clattered there by Gayan Dilshan. And he's not too sure whether he's seated or standing, but he got absolutely hammered. As we see that replay, one defender going in from low and the other one going in from high.
Come here.
All the distinguished gentlemen, the past players, watching it eagerly and then supporting their teams. And the referee has not seen anything wrong with that tackle. I'm sure the sighting officers will have something to look at.
Yes, indeed, quite a bit to look at for the sighting officials.
Point! Set! Stay bound, stay bound. Carry it back.
Feeds a scrum. Taken back,
Touch,
says
touch,
the referee.
touch.
And he also says that it was touched in flight. And now, Navy Sports Club
White
and
all,
Kohongawat
white
doesn't
all.
have the opportunity to go into touch full. Here goes Zubair. Puts on some footwork, beats one, beats two. Gets the offload away. Ravin De Silva. Looks like it was a bit high, and yes, says the referee. Now, Chatura Seneratne a bit too cheeky on that occasion. Kicked out, but the advantage is there for CRNFC as the referee brings back play.
Interesting scenarios. If that was high, the previous one, I
Number
wonder what
13.
that was. Anyway, game goes on and then 3 points attempted.
Yes, indeed. The 8-point lead could be extended off the boot of Chatura Seneviratne. He has had an indifferent day off the boot, as they have, of course, used quite a few kickers. 2, in fact, if I have not mistaken. But now, Chatura Seneviratne lining things up.
Nippon Paint, the coating experts, and Nippon League 2022-23. Flags stay down and scores remains the same.
White number 15, white number 7. White number 15, white number 7.
Also, SW, not forgetting that you have been appointed high performance chairman for the ladies rugby by SLR. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right. I got the appointment a few days back, and then looking forward to work with that, with all the work done so far. Hopefully we could work with the short term, mid term and the long term. We need to get the numbers in and get the 10s, 7s on. We need all the support from everyone, especially the sponsors, to come forward and sponsor us and get the women's rugby on. Because it's an Olympic game now.
Yes, indeed, it is an Olympic game. So what are the short-term plans, if I may ask?
Yeah, short-term plans are to see that we do well in the Asian circuit once we take part, so then we have to get the numbers right. And then the mid-term is to see that we get a feed into this for the national team, and then also a feed to the other lot for the long term. And the long-term plan, of course, to get the schools in, and to get the schools involved, universities involved, the mercantile sector involved, and get the numbers in, and the proper coaching staff to be set in forward, and to move forward with that, and especially go out stations and get the talented athletes, the kabaddi players, the netball players, volleyball players who are willing to play some rugby for the country. So get them in.
Indeed, quite a bit of work ahead for you guys, as now Chatura Seneviratne has the opportunity to make amends for the most recent miss. As we see the replay, Shehan Kalniagoda goes in strong over the ball, and there was no moving him from that occasion, from that position rather. Things seem to be almost all but secured here at London Place for CRNFC. Just the formalities now for Chatura Seneviratne from right in front. This time he makes no mistake. 33 points to 22 plays as CRNFC continue to add on to the lead, and with just a couple of minutes or so left on the clock, looks like CR is moving into number 2 on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. There are only one loss to Kandy, and then with a bonus point here, and a loss of Havelocks to Police yesterday, virtually gives in a two-man title race. But having said that, CR has to pay Kandy in Kandy, and hopefully that Havelocks or somebody will drop Kandy. That's just a hope.
Yes, indeed. I think that's what everyone will be counting on for Havelocks Sports Club to gun down Kandy at Havelock Park. And if they manage to do so, I think then this will surely be a two-horse race. The referee goes back for the advantage. Says that the tackler was not rolling away. Now Dinesh De Silva puts on some lovely bit of footwork, beats a couple. Konghavat gives it out to the winger. He steps through the first defender and is winning an advantage as Isuru Konghavat's kick. Cross kick is easily collected by Ruchir Ekanayaka, if I am not mistaken.
So the Nippon 2022-23 Nippon Paint League tournament will go in. The first 4 teams will go to the knockout stage, to the second round, and the balance will remain in the play championship.
Well, in similar fashion to the previous years, the top 4 will go into the cup segment, and the balance will follow suit into the plate. So everything to play for all teams.
Ball!
Line out well collected by Navy Sports Club, but the CR defense is wrangled off, and yes indeed Navy Sports Club finishes off with a try. Well, even though the time's up on our clock, we are not too sure about the time on the referee's clock. Looks like it was number 17, the try scorer for Navy Sports Club, Ramesh Anushka.
Might be a little bit too late to come back for
Expired,
another
time
one.
expired.
But nevertheless, we don't know what the timing is about. Is the scores right? 27? Yes, 27:30.
Yes, 27:33 if I have not mistaken. And the referee says that time is expired.
A little bit too late for the Navy for the
Well, in fact, it is not number 17 who scored the try, but it will be Isuru Kongawat from the tee, just outside the 22-meter.
Looks good. Off the
What
post.
idea?
And the final whistle.
You can't
No.
You can't shout.
Charged early.
Yes,
Right.
looks like charged early is what the referee says.
Then charge karannat bෑ.
I wonder whether
Charge
if he gets this kick through, it's going to be 29-33, and they're lost within 5 points. I'm sure there's a point for that, if I'm mistaken.
Yes, I think so too, as losing within 7 brings you a losing bonus point.
Isuru. Poda passaren.
So maybe the kick is important.
So Isuru Kongawat with take 2.
So interest will be there for the fourth team that gets in, who qualifies to the round 2.
This time around though, not even close by Isuru Kongawat on the second time of asking, as the game ends 33 points to 22 in favor of CRNFC here at London Place. A topsy-turvy encounter. The lead changed hands on numerous occasions, but CRNFC, when it mattered, came up trumps and secures the game. And they move up onto second place on the table, as the Navy Sports Club will have plenty to ponder.
Absolutely fantastic performance. It's all what matters is to be in front. It's all what matters to be is to have a tick on the correct side of the on the mark, saying it's a big W. That's all what you require to at this stage, and also securing a bonus point for the Reds to be giving a tough fight to the defending champions, who are unbeaten so far. So it'll be interesting, very interesting Nippon Paint League this time, with teams breathing down on the champions, and the champs, of course, winning very close in the close margins. But nevertheless, that's the hallmark of a champion team.
Yes, indeed, a hallmark, the hallmark of a champion team. They somehow get the job done. And now CRNFC 2 have managed to get the capital W in front of their name.
All right, Romario, I'm off from here because it's Chinese New Year and it's time for celebrations where I'm concerned. And Happy New Year, Chinese New Year to everyone. And see you later.
Yes, indeed. Happy Chinese New Year to you. But do stay around for the highlights of the game. That's the full-time confirmation here. 33 points to 27. CRNFC secure the game at London Place. And we are moments away from reliving the highlights. First it was Harsha Maduranga who scored in the first half as the game opened. Navy Sports Club took an early lead. CRNFC struck straight away through Ashan Darlin, but neither team managed to secure the conversions as it was 5 points all. Chatura Seneviratne had a substantial day off the boot, but it was a moment of brilliance from Dinesh De Silva. He kicked and chased for a second time. Did not collect it for the second time, but found himself at the right place at the right time to score and take Navy Sports Club into the lead after this lovely conversion from Tilina. Tilina continued to excel off the boot, off the tee rather. So did Chatura Seneviratne, even though he missed a couple. But after that, the momentum shifted in favor of CRNFC as they scored through Zubair Dure, and from then on the floodgates opened in favor of CRNFC, even though their opponents did keep them in check. Navy Sports Club were always going down after a bit of soft play by Samuel Madhuwanta. Tenuka Nanakara charged down and scored what was the third try, and Chatura Seneviratne continued to have a rampant day off the boot. Lairu Herat scored and continued to keep Navy Sports Club intact and just points away, 2-3 points away. Tilina did have a great day off the boot, 100% in fact, but it was Gamru Chetia's try which killed Navy Sports Club and broke their back. Chatura Seneviratne continued to nail his kicks, but then after the hooter it was Navy who had the last say. And that's full time here at CRNFC. CRNFC, of course, secure in the game, 33 points to 22 as we see the final stats. 4 tries each for both teams, 2 conversions each for both teams, and 3 penalties, of course, the difference for CRNFC, while Navy Sports Club just managed a single penalty, and the difference, of course, 2 penalties, and that's what separated the two teams. CRNFC continue on their rampant way as they secure the capital W here at London Place. And until we meet you next week, it's good night and goodbye from the production team. Me, Romario De Silva and SW Chang from the commentary box. Thank you and good night.
live with colors. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Live with joy. Live with nature. Live with hope. Live with trust. Live with dreams. Live with happiness. Inspire your life with colors. Nippon Paint.
වසර 130ක විශ්වාසයෙන් දැන් ඕඩලස් තාක්ෂණයෙන් Nippon Odorless Paints තත්වයෙන් උසස් හොඳම තේරීම.
Nippon Paints. Live with colors.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Play to win the game. We'll take care of your aches and pains. Sidale Spray. Trusted for 8 decades for quick relief from all aches and pains.